The black clouds moved like beasts over the devastated field. The ground was in flames. Mountains had become dust. In the center of that end-of-world scenery, Boruto and Kawaki remained standing, both covered in blood, chakra, and dust. Before them, Jura's body trembled, cracking like an ancient statue about to collapse. The monster, the fusion of centuries of hatred and power, let out a roar that made the air vibrate. Space distorted around his body. His veins pulsed dark energy, and his gaze, once arrogant, now wavered in despair. Boruto clenched his right fist, the karma shining with a bluish light that cut the darkness like lightning. "It's the end." "Jura," said he, the voice hoarse yet firm. Kawaki, at his side, raised the arm covered by the black karma. "Let's finish this. Together." The ground cracked when the two launched forward, each step raising a wave of energy that destroyed the terrain. Jura roared and fired an immense burst of red chakra, an explosion that tore the sky. Boruto and Kawaki jumped in opposite directions, tracing a circle around him. The air curved. Boruto made the hand seal with absurd precision. The blue Rasengan shone in his palm, growing, spinning until it expanded into a colossal orb. Kawaki, at the same time, concentrated the energy of karma in the right hand, shaping an arm of black energy with luminous veins, ready to pierce any barrier. "Now!" shouted Boruto. The impact came like thunder. The Rasengan collided with Jura's body, and Kawaki's energy arm pierced the creature's chest. The explosion that followed was so intense that the forest kilometers away simply disappeared. The light swallowed everything, and for an instant, the world went white. When the dust settled, Jura was kneeling, the body cracked, emitting a weak light that slowly dissipated. He lifted his gaze, and for the first time he looked human. "You are the proof that the power of the gods no longer belongs to them," murmured, before shattering into fragments of light that rose to the skies like shining ashes. Silence took over. Boruto fell to his knees, panting. Kawaki also breathed with difficulty, the right arm trembling. The battle had ended. Jura was dead, but that was not the end. The sky, still covered by black clouds, opened slightly, revealing a red light that pulsed like a heart. Boruto raised his head and froze. From the same place where Jura's body had disappeared, something else began to emerge. A spiral of energy formed in the air, dense, ancient, filled with a presence that made reality itself tremble. Kawaki's eyes widened. "Don't tell me," he whispered. From the center of that vortex, a silhouette began to take form, tall, humanoid, but its body seemed to be made of pure void, an absence of light. In its chest, something glowed, an eye. Not one like any other, an eye that had no iris, no pupil, only a deep spiral that seemed to swallow everything it looked at. Boruto stepped back a single step. His karma reacted immediately, expanding its markings up to his face. He felt the pressure, not only chakra, but something much deeper, divine energy. "Kawaki," he murmured. "This is not Jura anymore." The entity spoke, and its voice was not heard. It was felt, echoing directly inside their minds. "You destroyed the vessel, but not the will that created it." Boruto felt his bones shake. That presence, it was something beyond everything he had ever faced. Kawaki clenched his fists. "Who are you?" he shouted. The voice responded again, calm, infinite. "I am the last thought of a god, the one who watched creation and decided it was imperfect." The air thickened. The red spiral on its chest expanded, and from it a wave of pure energy burst, sweeping the entire battlefield. Boruto and Kawaki were thrown back dozens of meters, crashing into what was left of the ground. The air smelled of ozone and ashes. Boruto got up slowly. His eyes, now fully marked by karma, glowed with blue light. He clenched his teeth. "It doesn't matter what you are," he said. "This world won't fall again." The entity extended a hand. The air cracked, and hundreds of black blades materialized, floating around it like an orbit of death. Boruto looked at Kawaki, and in a single silent nod, they both launched themselves forward. Their movements were synchronized, perfect. Boruto created clones that dispersed in the air, while Kawaki opened the seals in his arm, forming weapons of condensed energy. The clash was brutal. Each blow produced shockwaves that tore the earth apart, sending rocks flying into the clouds. Boruto deflected a blade that grazed his face. The clone behind him exploded, creating a cloud of smoke that hid his next move. From within the smoke, the Rasengan emerged again, this time black and blue, pulsating with divine energy. He struck forward, but the entity stopped it with 2 fingers. The Rasengan disintegrated instantly. Boruto's eyes widened. The creature's spiral eye glowed. Power without understanding is just noise. A wave of energy erupted, throwing Boruto violently against the rocks. Kawaki shouted his name, but the voice was drowned by the explosion. The ground opened. Lightning fell from the sky. And for an instant, all existence seemed to collapse into silence. Boruto tried to get up, but his body refused. Every muscle burned, every nerve screamed. He looked ahead. The entity walked slowly toward him, the ground cracking with each step. Its mere presence distorted the space, as if the world could not support its existence. Kawaki appeared beside him, panting, half his face covered in dust and blood. He extended his arm, activating karma again. The black lines ran through his skin, pulsing in rhythm with his heart. "Get up, Boruto." "We are not done yet." Boruto's breathing was heavy, but his eyes remained firm. He pressed his hand against the ground, absorbing the natural chakra around. Blue and golden light surrounded him, and for the first time since the beginning of the battle, he felt the mountain itself respond. The energy. "It's alive," he whispered. Kawaki nodded. "Then use it. We will not let this thing win." The entity stopped. Its head tilted slightly, as if observing insects struggling. Resistance is beautiful. The futile always believes itself eternal. Its voice resonated again, and from its body dozens of spirals expanded, forming circles of red light that cut the air like blades. Boruto and Kawaki moved simultaneously. Boruto formed a barrier of blue chakra. Kawaki shaped energy into a rotating shield. The first wave hit. The explosion illuminated the entire mountain. Boruto shouted, "Kawaki, now!" Kawaki jumped forward, channeling all karma power into his arm. The energy condensed until it formed a spear of pure black light. He threw it with all his strength. The spear crossed the battlefield, breaking through spirals and cutting through the air until it hit the entity's chest. For a moment, everything stopped. Then, the light exploded. The shockwave was so strong that the clouds above dispersed instantly. Boruto was thrown back again, but this time he used chakra to stabilize himself in the air. He looked. The entity's chest was open, energy leaking like liquid fire. But instead of falling, it smiled. A horrible, infinite smile. Do you think destruction can end what has no beginning? Its body began to regenerate, the void closing itself again, the spiral glowing even more intensely. Boruto felt his heart race. He turned to Kawaki. "It's absorbing energy," he said. "It's using the same principle as karma." Kawaki cursed under his breath. "Then we'll overload it." Boruto nodded, raising both hands. Blue light formed around his arms, growing, vibrating, a massive sphere of chakra starting to take shape. Kawaki did the same, creating an opposite field of black energy. When the 2 spheres connected, the air around began to distort. "Let's end this," said Boruto. They launched the combined energy forward. The union of both chakras created a column of light that illuminated the sky, cutting through clouds and atmosphere. The entity raised its arms, trying to stop it, but the force was overwhelming. The explosion that followed erased all sound. Mountains trembled. Forests were reduced to dust. The air turned white. When the light faded, there was only silence. The entity was gone. Only a crater remained, deep, immense, still glowing faintly with residual energy. Boruto fell to his knees. Exhausted, Kawaki landed beside him, equally drained. They looked at each other, breathing heavily. "Is it over?" asked Kawaki. Boruto did not answer immediately. He looked at the sky, now clear, and felt the wind pass through his hair. For a moment, peace seemed real, but then, the ground under their feet pulsed. A red glow began to emerge from the crater again. Boruto's eyes widened. "No, not yet." From the crater, a red spiral began to rise slowly. The air became heavy and the sky darkened again, as if the world itself feared what was coming. Boruto and Kawaki stood up, despite their bodies protesting with pain. From the light emerged a new shape. not completely the same as before. The entity had changed. Now its form was thinner, more defined, as if adapting to their attacks. Its eyes, two perfect circles of crimson, shone with something close to interest. You evolve through conflict. That is why you amuse me. Boruto clenched his fists. We are not your amusement. The entity tilted its head. Everything that exists is my amusement. I am the observation of all possibilities. Kawaki stepped forward, voice firm despite exhaustion. Then observe this. He lifted his hand, activating karma again. The symbol extended across his body, reaching his eye, and the air around distorted. Boruto followed, synchronizing his chakra with Kawaki's flow. A blue aura intertwined with black energy, creating a vortex between them. For a moment, time itself seemed to hesitate. Their combined power resonated with something ancient, something beyond human understanding. The mountain stones began to levitate, drawn by gravitational fields created by the energy. Boruto shouted, "Kawaki! Focus!" Kawaki nodded, and both concentrated everything into a single point between them. The energies merged violently, blue and black becoming white. A pure, radiant white, so intense that shadows ceased to exist. The entity raised its arms, sensing the threat. Impossible. You cannot reach this frequency. Boruto's voice echoed through the energy. Watch us. The light exploded. A pillar of pure chakra pierced the sky, crossing layers of dimension. Reality bent and the sound vanished. Inside that light, Boruto and Kawaki moved as if they were part of it. Each strike was like a piece of creation itself, rewriting the rules that the entity tried to impose. When Boruto's fist connected with its chest again, this time the impact was different. The spiral stopped spinning. The entity looked down, as if seeing itself for the first time. Its voice faltered. You are rewriting the equation. Kawaki shouted, channeling the last of his strength. We are ending it! Both released their final burst of energy. The world around disappeared into light. No sound, no time, only existence dissolving into a single vibration. When the light finally faded, they were lying on the ground again. The crater was gone. The mountain was flat, silent, covered by white dust that shone under the new dawn. Kawaki turned his head. Boruto blinked slowly. He was alive. Barely but alive. He sat up, feeling the weight of exhaustion greater than any battle before. We did it, he murmured. Kawaki nodded, looking at the horizon. The sun was rising again. For the first time in what seemed like forever, there was no vibration of destruction, no echo of chaos, only silence. Boruto smiled weakly. You know, for a moment I thought we wouldn't make it. Kawaki gave a faint smirk. You always think that. Then you prove yourself wrong. They both laughed quietly, tired but relieved. But as the wind passed, the dust of the battlefield began to shift. Tiny red sparks flickered faintly, like embers refusing to die. Boruto's expression changed. Wait, do you see that? Kawaki frowned. Yeah. The red light pulsed once, twice, then disappeared completely. For now. Days passed. The mountain where the battle took place became sacred ground, though no one knew what had really happened there. Only the wind whispered stories of two warriors who faced something beyond gods and returned alive. Boruto and Kawaki remained in silence for a long time after that day. Something had changed inside them, something they could not explain. When they closed their eyes, they could still feel the echo of that white light pulsing within their bodies, like a reminder that power is never only strength but also balance. One night, under a calm sky, Boruto looked at the stars. He could swear some of them had changed position, as if the universe itself had been rewritten. He remembered the entity's last words before vanishing, "You are rewriting the equation." He still didn't fully understand what that meant, but he felt that the battle had not been just to save their world. It had altered something greater, something that connected every form of life, every reality. Kawaki approached, carrying 2 cups of tea. Still thinking about that? Boruto smiled slightly. Hard not to. Sometimes I wonder if we truly won, or if we just delayed something bigger. Kawaki handed him a cup. Then we'll be ready again. Whatever comes next, we face it together, Boruto nodded. They stood there for a while, watching the sky that seemed endless again. the stars reflected in their eyes like small pieces of memory. And somewhere, far beyond the layers of their universe, in a place where time no longer flowed, a faint red spark appeared, a single pulse, almost imperceptible, beating like a heart waiting to awaken again.